Hello, you're watching Shalom World News. I'm Donna Villa coming to you from Chicago, Illinois. Here are the latest headlines from around the world. A majority of Americans believe that abortion should be illegal in almost all cases after the first trimester of pregnancy, says a new poll. A survey conducted by the Associated Press NORC Center for Public Affairs Research has found that 65% of respondents believe that abortion should be illegal in most or all cases in the second trimester. The poll results come as the Supreme Court is considering a 15-week abortion ban in the state of Mississippi, which was passed in 2018. The top court will decide if all state curbs on pre-viability elective abortions are unconstitutional. Last month, the High Court had agreed to take up the case of the Dobbs versus Jackson Women's Health Organization, and some legal observers believe it has a greater chance of substantially modifying or reversing the landmark 1973 Roe v. Wade ruling. Pope Francis has stressed the need to have global unity in the aftermath of the pandemic during a meeting with the delegation of the Ecumenical Patriarch of Constantinople. The delegation, led by Metropolitan Emmanuel of Chalcedon, was received in Rome on Sunday, June 27th. The Vatican hosts a yearly delegation from the Ecumenical Patriarch of Constantinople, His Beatitude Bartholomew, ahead of the feast of Saints Peter and Paul, while a Roman delegation travels to Istanbul, Turkey on November 30 to celebrate St. Andrew's Day at the Patriarchal See. The Holy Father said, quote, "The witness of growing communion between Christians will also be a sign of hope for many men and women who will feel encouraged to promote a universal fraternity and reconciliation capable of healing past wrongs," unquote. In recent years, the Orthodox and Catholic churches have made inroads in sorting out theological differences. Meanwhile, in New York, a monstrance was stolen from the Catholic Church in the Bronx. Police say the theft occurred at St. Barnabas Church on Friday, the 25th. According to the parish authorities, the sacred host was not in the monstrance at the time of the theft. The incident took place before the Eucharistic adoration in the morning. Investigators say the thief entered the church and remained inside for an hour before moving to the lower level and stealing the sacred object, which is worth $10,000. This incident follows a series of church vandalisms in the New York City area. On May 28th, the statue of the Blessed Virgin on the premises of St. Adalbert Parish in Queens was found cleaved into two. Likewise, on the weekend of May 15th, another statue of Our Lady holding the child Jesus outside the diocesan administrative offices was found damaged. In Rome, an exhibition commemorating the 70th anniversary of Pope Emeritus Benedict XVI's ordination to the priesthood and his first Mass is underway. It was inaugurated by the former pontiff's personal secretary, Archbishop George Ganswein. Father Joseph Ratzinger was ordained on June 29, 1951 in Bavaria, Germany. The expo is being organized under the auspices of the Vatican's Joseph Ratzinger Benedict XVI Foundation, the Pontifical Committee for Historical Sciences, and the Museum of the Popes. Objects belonging to the Pope Emeritus, such as his chasuble and First Communion memorabilia and photographs covering his life, are on display. The exhibition was open to the public on Tuesday, June 29th, at the Arte Poli Gallery in Rome. The prelate said because of Benedict XVI's advanced age, there will not be any public events on the anniversary of his ordination. A statue of Pope St. John Paul II in Canada was found vandalized on Sunday. This is the latest in a series of attacks on Catholic churches in the country following the discovery of the remains of more than 200 Indigenous children on the premises of a former church-run school, sparking a debate. The statue outside the Holy Rosary Church in north central Edmonton was found vandalized with red handprints. Stuffed animals and teddy bears were also seen at the pedestal, and there were red footprints leading to the front of the door in the main church. Police say a woman vandalized the statue on Saturday night. Archbishop Richard Smith of Edmonton issued a statement expressing sadness over the vandal attack on the statue of the late pontiff, who had expressed solidarity with Indigenous people during his Canadian visit in 1987. Twin bomb blasts rocked the city of Benin in the eastern part of the Democratic Republic of Congo on Sunday. Luckily, there were no fatalities. One of the bombs went off in a Catholic church at 6 a.m. local time, injuring 2 worshippers and damaging the building. The blast took place before a confirmation ceremony. It is the first time that a Catholic church was targeted in Benin. On the same day, a suicide bomber blew himself up at a busy intersection in the city. As per reports from the authorities, the bomber targeted a bar, but the explosive went off before he could enter the building. The suicide bomber was identified as a Ugandan member of the Allied Democratic Forces rebels. The eastern region of the country has been under the threat of the ADF militants and extremists belonging to the Islamic State. U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken visited Pope Francis on Monday, June 28th, at the Vatican. The Holy Father received the high-profile guest in a private audience, and they spoke for 40 minutes. The Holy See press office said the meeting, quote, offered the Pope the occasion to recall his apostolic visit to the United States in 2015 and to express his affection for the people of America, unquote. The meeting with the Pope was part of the diplomatic tour of the U.S. State Secretary to European states. It is the first meeting of the U.S. State Secretary and the Holy Father since Joe Biden's administration came to power. Seeking an end to the conflict in Myanmar, the Pontifical Missionary Union, an organization of animation and formation within the Pontifical Mission Societies, hosted a special day of prayer in Rome. As part of the event, the Rosary was recited on June 29th, Tuesday, in both Italian and Burmese for the peace in the country. The invitation was extended to Myanmar's bishops and priests and national directors of pontifical mission societies in countries across the world. Archbishop of Mandalay, Marco Tin Win, represented the Burmese Catholic Church. Members of the Congregation for the Evangelization of Peoples and the Association of Priests, Men and Women Religious of Myanmar in Rome also took part in the Day of Prayer. The association has helped raise awareness about the dire situation in Myanmar in recent months. And those are your latest headlines. Do join us tomorrow. In the meantime, you can visit swnews.org for more updates. Shalom.